Hey everyone, get your controllers ready, because this deep dive is going to hit different.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking Batman,
Right.
but not like the usual comic book deep dive.
Mm-hmm.
This one's for the gamers out there.
Absolutely.
We got a request to unpack this YouTube script, right?
Yeah.
That breaks down Batman's coping mechanisms.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they visualize it like as you level up in a video game.
It's a really cool way to think about it. It
Yeah.
goes deeper and deeper into his psyche.
Level 1,
Wow.
surface level, right?
Yeah.
This is like all that Batman stuff that you think of
Yeah.
punching criminals.
Yeah. The classic magic.
Mobile.
All that good stuff.
If this were an open world game,
Yeah.
Gotham would be packed
Oh, absolutely.
with side quests.
So many side quests. It's
Yeah.
that, like,
Corner.
classic action-adventure loop that we've seen.
Ugly.
You know, you fight some bad guys, you get some XP, you unlock some better gear.
Yeah.
It's very...
It's Arkham City.
Arkham, yeah, for sure, big time.
But with less detective vision.
And way more brooding.
Way more brooding.
Mhm.
And let's be real, the brooding is like its own game mechanic.
It is, yeah.
It's
It's
like-
part of the atmosphere.
There's loading screens
Yeah.
where it's just the silhouette of Batman against the moon.
Totally.
And it's just like, come on, man.
You're spending a lot of time with that silhouette.
Lighten up, you know?
Well, and it makes you wonder, like, how sustainable is that long
Right.
term, you know?
Yeah.
The script really highlights how, like, he's constantly channeling his trauma into this never-ending grind of crime fighting.
Yeah.
Which, you know,
Right.
maybe it's effective.
Sure.
But is it healthy? You know, that's kind of up for debate.
Debatable, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so just below the surface, we start getting into some more, like, of the psychology of Batman,
Yeah.
which I think is really interesting. And this YouTube script compares Batman adopting the Robins
Okay.
to the found family trope in RPGs.
I love that connection.
Such a good connection.
That's so good.
Because you think about it, it's like, you know, Dragon Age Mass Effect.
Yeah, you build this like little ragtag group of adventurers,
Yeah.
you level them up, you become emotionally invested, but then you get to Batman and it's like, how's any of that?
Like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Like, is this
Time out. A
Yeah.
healthy dynamic.
Yeah, is he really providing a stable environment
Right. Like, can you even have a healthy found family
for anybody?
when you are constantly battling,
Yeah.
like, supervillains?
Yeah.
You know, it really it raises some questions about, like,
It does.
Yeah. his motivations.
Makes me think about, you know, in a video game when you like collect companions, but you never use their abilities.
Yeah.
You know?
Totally.
like,
Like, you're just hoarding the. Yeah. And you're like, why am I even, like,
What were you doing?
Robin has mad skills.
Robin's great.
Give that guy a promotion.
Give that guy a spin-off series.
Right. But it makes you wonder, right?
It does. It really does.
Like, is Batman, like, really
What's
equipped
he
to
right?
be a father figure
Oh,
to multiple
yeah.
kids?
Especially with his baggage.
With his own baggage, right?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
And that kind of ties into the next thing, right?
Mm.
Which is that he's using his wealth as a coping mechanism.
Yes.
This whole, like, billion-dollar therapy.
$1 billion therapy.
Yeah, yeah. It's like that friend
That friend.
who spends, like, hundreds of hours on, like, a base in Minecraft, you
Yes.
know?
Yes.
And you're like,
Is it about efficiency at this point?
right. Is it about control?
Or is it just about control,
Yeah.
you know? And it's like, we've all been there,
We've all been there.
but he's just doing it, like,
Yeah.
on another level. He's taking it to another level.
Right.
He's got the bat cave. He's got the tech. He's
Yeah.
got the endless resources.
Uh-huh.
It's like almost a cheat code
It is.
for dealing with your problems. But the
That's what-
question is,
I've known.
does that actually solve anything?
Right.
Or does it just create a different kind of distance?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that kind of brings us to, like, the next level down, right?
Okay.
Like that mid-level of the iceberg where the script really starts to dig into some, like, juicy psychological stuff.
Okay.
And one of the things they talk about is, like, remember how we were talking about Batman's trust issues?
Right.
They frame that as him being, like, the classic silent protagonist in a video game.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you think about,
It's Geralt
yeah.
in The Witcher,
Totally.
where it's like he's making these huge
Such a
decisions.
huge decision.
And Triss and Yennefer are just like, kind of like,
They're along for the ride.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you're shaping the world.
But are you sharing, like, the emotional burden?
I'm right. Are you sure?
Right, the load.
And I feel like that's very Batman-y,
100%.
where it's just like, I've got a plan,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna
You're not in on it.
You're not invited.
Yep.
You know, and
it makes you wonder, like,
right.
as the player, as the viewer,
Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
Are we cool with that?
Right.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, like, is he making the best choices for the team?
Right. Or just the most Batman choice.
Or just the most Batman choice.
Right.
Right. Which is like
always kind of up for debate.
It creates this, like, tension.
Yes.
Yes.
It's that good tension.
It's like you almost don't want him to tell you, but
That's
also
too much.
But also, like, come on, man.
Come on, just let us in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes you think too about like
right.
player agency.
Yes.
Right? Like
interesting.
In a video game, like we accept that we're making these tough choices.
We're the ones making the calls.
Even for characters like a silent badass,
right.
You know? But then like
But does that
track?
Yeah, does that
translate to Batman?
With Batman. Yeah.
Right.
It's a good question.
It's like because he's taking the agency away from the other characters.
And it makes you think about, like, you know, another like, gaming concept.
Okay.
Which is collateral damage.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
We blow stuff up in video games all the time.
Right.
But in Batman's world, those explosions have consequences.
Right.
Like real consequences.
Yeah. Who's rebuilding all those buildings?
Exactly. Like, who's footing that bill?
Right.
You know?
Like, we don't think about that.
No. When we're, like, getting, like, a high score or, like, some cool combo.
Exactly. You're not thinking about the insurance claims.
Right.
Those
Exactly.
are being filed.
The paperwork.
Yeah, but this script, like, makes you think about it. Like, it doesn't let Batman off the hook quite so easily.
So it's like, is his wealth blinding him to, like...
To the true impact of his action.
The human cost.
Yeah.
Of all this.
Is he just playing on easy mode?
Right.
With, like, a bottomless bank account?
God mode.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Okay, but before we go full on, like, social commentary here.
Yes.
Can we talk about something a little lighter?
Please.
Okay.
Yes.
This script mentions the bat nipples.
Oh, the bat nipples.
From
Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin, like, come on.
I mean, a low point for sure.
But it's like, it's those little moments.
It is. It's
where you're just like...
But it highlights something, I think, which is like, even in a world of like serious themes and like complex psychology, sometimes you just gotta laugh.
Yeah.
At the absurdity of it all.
You just gotta laugh at the absurdity of it.
Yeah.
It's like in a video game when you find a glitch.
Yes.
And you're like, what?
Yes. 100%.
And then you just kind of roll with it.
Just roll with it. And that brings us to like level 4.
Okay.
Which is the deep depths.
Depths.
Like we're getting real, like meta real here.
Okay.
One of the things the script talks about is Bane's chiropractor bills.
Right. Like
out those little details.
I never thought about that.
Right.
But of course
he's got chiropractor bills. Like, so...
It's like...
We never really consider the villain's perspective in all this.
The villain's perspective?
Especially in video games. Yeah, like what is Sephiroth's dental plan?
What is Sephiroth's dental plan?
Right.
Like, how much does Ganondorf spend on moisturizer?
Exactly. These are the real questions.
These are the real questions that, like, keep me up at night.
It's like the logistics.
The logistics of being a supervillain.
Not just being a villain.
It's like a whole other genre
of
content just waiting to be explored.
I'd play that game.
Right.
Sign me up.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, it is interesting to look at like Batman's actions through that lens.
Through that lens.
Of the people that he's like constantly like...
The people on the receiving end.
Fighting.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
And it's just like, is it really working?
Right.
If he's just creating more.
Right. Is he just perpetuating the cycle?
Right.
Yeah.
And speaking of chaos.
Yes.
We can't forget.
We cannot forget.
Like Joker.
The Joker.
This script calls him like...
This script calls him...
Batman's...
Your rival NPC.
Rival NPC.
Which, like, in gaming terms is like...
It's just like...
Perfect.
Makes perfect sense.
It's like that boss.
Yes.
That you can't...
That, like, no matter how many times you fight him. Yeah.
You know? But it's like...
But in this case...
He's also your arch nemesis.
He's your arch nemesis.
And, like, kind of driving you insane.
Right.
So it's like...
It's like a very specific...
It's a very...
type of rival.
Yeah, rival NPC.
Yeah, and...
And this feels like a good place to, like, stop for a second.
Okay.
Because we're about to go into, like, the deepest part of the iceberg.
We're going to the darkest depths.
It's like, is there even an achievement
Right.
Unlocked for it, like
do you even
surviving this level?
even want to go there?
You know.
Right.
So we're gonna find out. Okay, so the darkest depths of the iceberg level 5.
Here we are.
What fresh hell awaits?
Well, it starts with
Down here.
the most ridiculous thing you can imagine.
Okay.
Bat shark repellent.
Okay, yeah.
And at this point,
like,
nothing.
we're not surprised, right? Like,
right.
Batman's prepared for anything.
Yeah, back
except
to Horsey's got this.
Shark.
Yeah.
But here's where the script gets, like, really interesting.
Okay.
It uses this, like, absurd item to talk about how, like, even in a gritty, like, realistic world, you need moments of levity.
You gotta
be able to laugh at it.
It's like that one side quest.
Right, exactly.
That's in, like, a super serious RPG.
100%.
And you're just like, this is so dumb.
This is dumb.
But also,
and I kind of love it.
I kind of love it.
It's that reminder that, like, even Batman needs to, like, unwind sometime.
It needs to unwind.
Even if his way of unwinding is, like,
patented shark deterrence.
Right.
Like,
it's a little on the nose.
It's a little on the nose, but like, okay, that is the thing.
But what is this?
What's this mean for us
as gamers?
Right.
Like, why should we care about this?
Yeah.
About his coping mechanisms.
Like Batman's coping mechanism.
Yeah, like, does analyzing this fictional character through a gamer lens actually, like,
change how we view him?
Change how we see him. Change how we see ourselves. Like,
It's like, I think we've all been there.
We've all been Batman at some point.
Pulled an all-nighter,
Yeah.
grinding for XP.
Grinding for that XP.
Then maxing our stats.
And maxing.
Yeah. Batman just does it with a Batmobile.
He's just got better gear.
He's got the resources, right? He does. But, like, here's a final thought for you to ponder.
Yeah, hit me.
Are we drawn to these, like, flawed heroes because they reflect our own struggles,
Right.
Like, we spend all this time in these, like, digital worlds.
We're immersed.
Right. Making choices.
Okay.
Facing consequences, just like Batman.
Right.
We might not have a bat cave, but, like,
get it.
we get it. We get that need.
We're trying to find a way to
cope, to, like, deal with, the pressure.
Right.
Even if it's
of just existing.
Even if it's through, like, a screen.
Yeah.
Man. So, like,
so Batman's just like us.
Maybe Batman's just like all of us.
With a platinum trophy.
With a platinum trophy in life. Right.
Right.
Or maybe he's just like a cautionary tale.
Or maybe he's
about like what happens when you
taking it too far.
Take it too far.
Right. Right.
Either way.
Yeah.
It's something to think about.
It is something to think about.
Right.
And we want to hear what you guys think about all this.
Hit us up.
Hit us up on social media.
On social media, let us know.
Let's keep the conversation going.
What do you think? Yeah.
Let us know.
Yeah, until next time.
Until next time.